Welcome everyone. So glad you could join me for my sunset yoga class. My name's Emily. For those of you that haven't taken me before, I see some familiar faces on here, some Instagram yogis. So welcome back and welcome to those new people joining. Hey Bree. So super excited to be doing a sunset flow tonight. We're going to be doing a little bit of balance. So if you fall over, don't even worry about it. Just pop right back in. If you have blocks, go ahead and grab them. If you have a yoga strap, grab it. But like we have all been saying, if you don't have a yoga block, just grab a canned good, a water bottle, anything will work. And you can grab a small towel instead of a strap, or just reach up your leg. You only need it for one pose, so no big deal. So wherever you're at, go ahead and get settled onto your mat. We're gonna start laying on our backs in Shavasana. Legs out, nice and long, arms by your side. I'll just have you close your eyes here. Just starting to relax, get into it. And I'll go ahead and get started in just a few seconds. So like I said before, if you've got a yoga block, that's great. Place it towards the top of your mat. A water bottle will do just as well. And then either a strap or a towel. Either. You want to keep it nice and handy, close to the middle of your mat as you just come down and lay nice and long. Go ahead and close the eyes here. Start to focus on the breath. Nice deep inhales through the nose. Longer, slower exhales through the nose. Start to let go of any thoughts that don't serve you today. Any negativity, any expectations. Remember, this time is for you and only you. So just make the most of it, have fun here. Enjoy this hour you've set aside for yourself, for some physical practice, some health, some mental well-being. And as you let go of any negative thoughts, start to come into that Ujjayi breath, feeling a constriction in the back of the throat. You should be able to hear your breath slightly on both the inhale and the exhale. Try to focus on this breath throughout the entire practice. Take 3 more cycles of breath here, and as you do, focus on your intention. Something you'd like to think about during your practice, dedicating your practice to something or someone you love. And when you're ready, you've got that intention, draw both knees into the chest, rock side to side. Pressing that low back down into the earth. And when you're ready, left leg goes out nice and long, heel reaches the earth. Right knee comes in towards the armpit. Continuing to press that left sit bone into the ground. Make sure you're not rolling over to the right side. As you pull that knee up and around the rib cage. Holding here for 2 more cycles of breath. Then reach for that strap, that towel, if you have it. Wrap it around the base of the foot as you straighten up through that right leg, getting into a hamstring stretch here. If you don't have a strap, a towel, you can just wrap your hands around the back of your calf Or if your hands meet your toes, that's even better. But you want to stay relaxed through the upper body, shoulders engaged with your mat. Leg is nice and long, nice and straight here. So you start to pull your toes in towards your face. Getting a nice deep hamstring stretch here. From here, lift that left leg up towards the sky, slide it into your towel or your strap, and release the right leg down to the earth. So again, the most important part is to have a nice straight leg, straight through the hamstring. So if you don't have a strap or a towel, just reach for the calf, or wherever you can. You want to open up through the hamstrings to the back of the legs here. See if you can pull those toes a little closer to your nose. Upper body relaxed. Go ahead and release your grip. Toss your towel strap aside as you bring that left knee up and around the rib cage into your half wind removing pose on the opposite side. Nice and long through that right leg, extended here. One more deep cycle of breath. Take that right knee into the chest, rock side to side here. Maybe draw circles with the knees. Do what feels good in your body as we start to warm up. Squeeze those knees in towards the chest, cross at the ankles. As you start to rock and roll the length of the spine. Eventually meeting in a tabletop position. Hips stacked directly over the knees, shoulders over the wrists. Spread those fingertips out nice and wide. Gazing slightly forward rather than back and down. Draw the belly in here. You come into a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly towards the mat, open through the chest. Exhale, round through the spine, press into the palms. Inhale, arch the sit bones and shoulders up towards the sky. Exhale, chin to chest, draw the belly in. Continue this movement, your breath, your pace. Feeling free to move the hips side to side. Press them back and forward as feels good to you. Maybe barrel roll out here. You really want to warm up through the spine, open up here. So do what feels good. Nothing too strenuous, more of a stretch. One more round wherever you're at before meeting back in a neutral spine, belly engaged. Inhale as you reach your right leg back behind you, hips pointed down, foot flexed or pointed. Exhale, reach the left hand out in front of you. So opposite arm, opposite hand. We're going to inhale, lengthen fingertips to toes. Exhale, knee to elbow, curl the belly in. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. One final one. See if you can reach a little bit further. Breath out, knee to elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, plant that left palm to the earth. Right leg is still up. Reach it out to the side, planting the foot into the ground. You're then going to rise the torso up here, reaching your arms up overhead. So right leg is nice and long out to the side. Bring that right hand to that leg, reach up and over for gate pose. Taking a side body stretch, lengthening through the whole left side of the body, feeling the rib cage expand. Maybe gazing up. Little to no weight in that right hand, maybe come up onto the fingertips. Bring the arms back to a T shape. Then plant that left palm, coming into supported half moon pose, supported Ardha Chandrasana. Top leg coming directly from the hip. We're going to be getting into our normal Ardha Chandrasana later. So remember how this feels. Stacking the shoulders on top of each other. Top leg is nice and long. From here, you're going to release back down into your tabletop. Take another round of cat-cow. Inhale as you drop the belly towards the earth. Exhale as you round through the spine. Inhale, reach that left leg back behind you, nice and strong. Exhale, right arm comes out. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, chin to chest, round through the spine. One more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, plant that right palm down to the earth. Kick that left leg out to the side. Plant the foot into the ground. Rise the torso up. Arms reach up overhead. Then lean over towards that left leg. Lengthening. Opening up through the right side body. See if you can reach a little further as you send your breath into your right rib cage. Rise back up to a T shape. Then plant that right palm. Come into your supported Ardha Chandrasana, lifting that left leg up parallel with the earth. Lengthening fingertip to fingertip. Keep the belly engaged here. One more full cycle of breath. Release back down. Come into your tabletop. Curl the toes under. Send the hips up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Paddle out the feet here. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Just start to warm up the back side of the body. Eventually meeting in stillness here. Inverted V shape, heels reaching down towards the earth. Torso coming towards the tops of the thighs. Inhale, press your weight to your tippy toes, gaze forward. Exhale, bend in the knees, hop, step, walk. Top of the mat, forward fold, Uttanasana. Reach for opposite elbows here, ragdoll pose. You sway side to side. Relax through the neck. Let your head hang nice and heavy here. Maybe shake it around. Let the shoulders go. One more cycle of breath here. Release your grip on your elbows. Inhale, halfway to lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Sweep the arms up overhead, palms face each other. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. We're going to start getting through some sun salutations, warm up our body here. So inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway to lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to high plank. Flow through your Vinyasa, meeting back in our downward facing dog. Always an option to skip those Vinyasas and just meet back in your down dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg rises. Exhale, sweep it through, lower the back knee. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Nice low lunge here. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up through the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the palms. High plank pose, flow through that Vinyasa. Also an option to drop down to the knees. Coming into our low cobra. Into our downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg rises. Exhale, sweep it through, lower the back knee down. Inhale, draw the torso and arm overhead, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus the arms, open through the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to high plank. One more Vinyasa. Meeting back in our downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and take 2 cleansing breaths together. Nice full inhale through the nose, fill up the belly, fill up the lungs. Audible exhale through the mouth. One more nice full inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Sealing our lips. Moving back into that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, three-legged dog, lift the right leg up. Exhale, sweep it through. Plant it between the palms. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. You want to stay nice and long through that back leg. You don't want to be bending here. Nice and straight. Deep bend into the front knee. If you're having difficulty, you can always drop that bottom knee down to your mat though. Give yourself a little bit of extra support. See if you can sink a little deeper into that front knee. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, take a twist open, arms to a T shape. Maybe glancing back over those right fingertips. Giving yourself a little spinal twist here. Keeping your arms in a straight line, bring that left palm to the inside of the right foot. Arms at 6 and 12. Continuing to draw the hips up, scissoring the legs together here. Keeping the arms exactly as they are. Rotate to the pinky edge side of that back foot, that left leg. Come back into a side plank. You can always drop that bottom knee for added support. If that feels good to you, come down here. But if you've got that bottom leg up, we're going to go ahead and come into Wild Thing. So lift that top leg up off the bottom foot. Plant it behind you, right leg bent. Pressing the left foot into the ground, open up through the heart. Pressing the hips up towards the sky. See if you can lift the hips a little higher. Open up through the chest. When you're ready, release back down into your high plank, toes at the back of the mat, and flow through your vinyasa, meeting back in your downward facing dog. Again, option to drop to the knees in your vinyasas, or to skip them all together. Just meet me back in your down dog. Coming back to your breath here after a little bit of core work. Inhale, three-legged dog, lift the left leg up. Exhale, sweep it through, plant it between the palms. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Again, nice and active through that back leg. Deep bend into the front knee. The mat is always there for you for that back knee. If you need a little more support here, do what feels right in your body. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, take a twist open. Twisting over that bent knee. Gazing back over those left fingertips. One more cycle of breath here. Keeping your fingertips reaching away from each other, plant that right palm on the inside of that left foot. Drawing those top fingertips back. Drawing the left shoulder away from the right. Away from that knee. Squeeze the legs together, scissoring them here so you stay nice and active. Keeping your hands as they are. Heel toe, slide back, however you need to get there, into that side plank. Again, taking the variation of your choice. Always an option to drop the bottom knee down. But if your leg is up, go ahead and lift the left leg up. Reach it back behind you, bend into the knee. All of the right foot plants into the earth as you open up for wild thing. Pressing up through the hips, through the chest. And when you're ready, coming back into that high plank pose, flipping back over, flowing through your vinyasa. Meeting back in our downward facing dog. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Longer, slower exhale through the nose. Inhale, three-legged dog, lift the right leg up. Exhale, sweep it through, plant it between the palms. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge once more. Back heel is lifted up off the ground. High on the ball now of that back foot. Deep bend into the front foot. From here, go ahead and engage the belly. Hinge forward just halfway. Reaching those fingertips out in front of you. Striving to bring the biceps by the ears. Core engaged as you bend a little forward. As you shifted your way into your front foot, engage the core a little more. Spring off the back foot for warrior three. Bring your hands to heart center. Hips pointed down towards the earth. Top leg is nice and long. Micro bend in that standing right leg. It's perfectly fine. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. And if you fall out of these balancing postures, just go ahead and pop right back into it. Nice and slow. Step that left foot back into your crescent lunge. Crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Open up to your warrior two, spinning those back heels 90 degrees. Nice deep bend into the front knee, arms at a T shape. Torso facing towards the side. Put a gaze over the front right middle finger. That front knee should be directly over the second toe. Just make sure it's not collapsing in. You open up through the front hip. Draw the shoulder blades down the back as you lengthen through the fingertips. From here, straighten through that front right leg. Inhale, reach and lengthen towards the top of your mat. Exhale, hinge from the hips, Trikonasana, triangle pose. So there's no need for that bottom hand to meet the earth here. You can press the back of the hand up against your shin. You can take your block, your water bottle, canned good, and place your hand there. But you want to make sure that you're not dumping all of your weight in. You want to lengthen through the top fingertips here. Twisting through the spine. One more full cycle of breath here. Stay with me. Rise back up. Warrior two. Bend back into that front knee. Inhale, bring that front forearm to the top of the thigh. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach that left arm up and over. You're really going to lengthen here through the left side of the body. Open up through the rib cage. Rather than dumping all of your weight into that bottom arm, lift up here, engage the belly. Nice full inhale through the nose here. Longer, slower exhale. Rise back up to that warrior two shape. Coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. You can take your block, put it slightly in front of that front foot, bringing your hand down there. Start to shift your weight into that front foot. Draw the belly in as you spring off the back foot. Top leg is nice and long, just like when we did it supported, with that knee on the earth. Arms in a straight line. Opening up your hip to the side. Pointing or flexing through that top leg will actually make it easier, rather than just having dead weight hanging around here. Gazing down will also help you to focus on your balance, finding that drishti about 4 feet in front of you, slightly down. Or for more of a challenge, gaze up towards the ceiling. One more full cycle of breath. Release the left hand down to the earth, standing splits. You continue using your block, or go ahead and set it off to the side, fingertips down. This time your hips are pointing down towards the earth, only kicking that top leg as high up as you can, while keeping your hips pointed down. Folding forward, bringing your nose close to your shin. For extra balance, you can bring one or both hands to that standing leg. Releasing the fingertips back to the ground. Inhale, halfway to lift. Exhale, fold forward, toes together to touch. Generous bend into the knees. Bring your feet hips width distance apart. about 2 fists worth. Inhale, halfway to lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold forward. Taking your 2 peace sign fingers, wrapping them around your big toes. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, through the legs. Exhale, fold forward, elbows coming out to the side. Extended hand to big toe pose as you pull the crown of the head down towards the earth with each breath out. Two more cycles of breath here. Use your breath. On your inhale, reach the sit bones closer to the ceiling. On your exhales, fold a little bit deeper. Release your grip. Inhale, halfway to lift, flat spine. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to high plank. Flow through your Vinyasa, meeting back in that downward facing dog. Hips up towards the sky. Reaching the heels down towards the earth. Pedal out the feet here. Getting some blood flow back into that right ankle. Eventually finding stillness here. Lifting the hips a little higher. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through, plant it between the palms. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Nice and active here. We've been here before. Try to draw that left hip back, right hip forward. As you stay active through the front and back leg. Start to hinge from the hips, reaching forward, belly engaged. Nice deep bend into the knee. Drawing those biceps by the ears. Take a nice full inhale here, draw the belly in. Exhale, spring off the back foot, warrior 3. Lengthening fingertips to toes. And when you're ready, hands to heart center. Your torso and that back leg should be in one long line. Hips pointed down towards the earth. Make sure you're not nose diving forward here. We're not in standing splits. Warrior 3. With control, bring that right foot back to the earth. Crescent lunge, hands to heart center. Come back to that Ujjayi breath, those nice full breaths. And when you're ready, open up to that warrior 2, spinning the back heel, 90-degree angle. Pinky edge side of the foot parallel with the short edge of your mat. Torso pointed to the side, opening up through the front hip, knee directly over the second toe as you gaze over those front fingertips. Sink a little deeper into that front knee. We're about to have a break. Straighten through the front leg. Inhale, reach and lengthen to the top of the mat. Exhale, Trikonasana. Again, those bottom fingers don't need to meet the earth. You can bring them to that block. Or just keep the back of the hand pressing up against the shin. As you press the back of the hand into the shin, you should open up through the chest, drawing that top arm back. Tucking the hips here as if you're between 2 panes of glass. Rather than sticking the booty out, tuck the hips, pull it in. Rise back up to that warrior two. Arms in a T. Bend into that front knee. On your next breath in, bring that front forearm to the top of the thigh. As you breathe out, sweep that top arm up and over. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Sink a little deeper. Belly nice and engaged. Lengthening through the torso, rather than putting all of your weight into this bottom hand. Try and draw those top fingertips even further forward, opening up through the side body. One more cycle of breath here. Rise up to that warrior two. Coming into our Ardha Chandrasana half moon pose, bringing your front fingertips about 6 inches in front of that left foot, either to a block or the earth. Spring off the back foot. Half moon pose. Opening up the torso. And that front leg to the side. Micro bending into that standing leg is totally fine. Just stay nice and active through the top leg. Just like we did in supported Ardha Chandrasana. Gazing up to challenge your balance, or for a little more focus, gazing down at something non-moving on the floor. One more full cycle of breath. Inhale, lengthen through the top fingertips. Exhale, standing splits, releasing that right hand down to the earth or your block. Right leg staying nice and active, lifting up, but hips close down towards the ground. Again, to work on your balance, you can bring one or both hands to that standing leg. If you fall out of it, just come right back in. Gazing back behind you. Inhale, halfway to lift. Exhale, fold forward. Feet hips width distance apart. Coming into gorilla pose. Take your hands, palms face up. Slide them underneath the feet. Toes meet the wrists. Again, inhale, lengthen through the spine, through the legs. Exhale, fold forward. Pressing more weight into the ball mounts of the feet, into the toes. With each inhale, lengthen through the sit bones, reach them up towards the sky. With each exhale, fold a little deeper. Eventually, the crown of the head meets the earth. Slide the hands out from underneath the feet. Inhale, halfway to lift. Flat spine, gaze forward. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Release the sit bones down towards the heels as you lift the heels off the earth. Hands come to heart center. Thighs parallel with the ground. Slowly release those sit bones down to the earth. Shins become parallel with your mat for boat pose. Flexing your feet. Reach your hands behind the back of the thighs as you draw the shoulder blades down the back. Lift through the heart. One more little bit of core work here. And if you want to go more advanced, put the hands out in front of you, palms face up. Close the eyes here. Come back to the breath. Make sure you're not rounding through the shoulders. On your next breath out, release those heels to the earth. Slide your legs back behind you. Coming into your tabletop position. We're going to kick that right leg out in front of us, plant the foot into the ground. We're going to bend and straighten through the front leg. Fingertips engaged with your mat or your blocks. Leaning back in half splits. Leg is nice and long here. Flexing through the toes. Go ahead and take both fingertips to the outside of that right thigh, to the ground or a block. So you get a little IT band stretch here. Continue to draw that right hip back. Equal weight into both legs. Making sure you're not leaning over to the left. Staying nice and square through the lower body. Just the upper body moves over to the side. Nice full inhale through the nose. Longer, slower exhale through the nose. Reaffirm your hands around your foot. Bend into the knee. Heel toe the foot across the body for our half pigeon pose. Fullest extension of the pose. The shin is parallel with the short edge of your mat. You're not quite that open. Externally, you can start to draw that heel a little closer to that front left hip. As you settle in here, if you have a large gap between the ground and your sit bones, you can place a block underneath that right seat. Wherever you're at, stay nice and high on the fingertips. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. And then we're going to fold forward. Bring your hands down to the mat. Maybe you come to the forearms. Maybe you come completely down. Make a pillow with your hands. So you try to release anything you're holding on to, any tension in the lower body, and that right glute and hip we're trying to stretch out. You can relax the shoulders. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Swirl it around. So you settle into a nice deep stretch here. Take about 3 more cycles of breath. See if there's anything you can let go of. You can deepen a little more into your posture. Lift the torso back up. Slide that right knee back to meet the left in your tabletop position. From from here, bring that right knee out to the side. Start to draw hip circles in one direction. Getting some blood flow back into this side of the body. And then switching directions, making your circles as wide as feels good to you. Releasing back to our tabletop. Slide that left foot between the palms. Start to bend and straighten through the leg. Eventually meeting with a straight leg. Drawing that left hip back, right hip forward. So you walk your hands to the outside of that straight leg. You should feel a nice IT band stretch here. But continue to stay square through the lower body. Hips in one straight line. Two more cycles of breath here. Reaffirm those palms on the outside of the foot. Bend into the knee. Heel toe the foot across the body. Finding the half pigeon variation of your side. You may not be the same on both sides. I'm not rotated quite as well on my left side. My socket seems to get stuck inside. Stay nice and high on the fingertips. Pressing the chest forward. Shoulders release from the ears. And then when you're ready, releasing down. You came down onto one cheek. Come to the opposite cheek here. Giving an equal stretch in either sides of the neck. Let your upper body relax here. Releasing tension from the shoulders. Release the jaw. Relax the eyebrows, the forehead. See if you can settle a little deeper into your posture. Maybe wiggle the toes. And then let go of anything you're still holding on to, that left side of the body. Two more full, rich cycles of breath. Rise the torso back up, press into the palms. Slide that left knee back to meet the right in your tabletop. Again, drawing hip circles in one direction with that left knee. And then switching directions. Releasing back to tabletop. Slide those knees nice and close together, feet touching. You come back into embryo pose. Sit bones come down onto the heels. Torso releases. Forehead comes to the ground. Hands reach back behind you. Palms face up. Just pausing here for a few cycles of breath. Letting your body find some stillness. one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. From here, we're gonna interlace the fingers behind the low back. We're gonna come into that humble warrior grip, but behind the back. Bring that fist over to the right hip. Draw your right ear to your right shoulder. So you stretch out through the neck here. Close the eyes. Maybe tilting the chin a little closer to the chest, finding what feels good for you, depending on where the tension is in your neck. Bring the hands back behind you. Elbows nice and close together. Draw the shoulder blades together. So you draw half circles across the chest with your chin. Eventually meeting over to the left. Draw your hands to your left hip. Nice deep stretch to the right shoulder, neck. Tilting the chin up or down, depending on what feels right for your body. And then drawing those hands back behind you, centered again. Draw some half circles. I'm sure we all need this working from home, hunched over our computers. You can do this while sitting in your chair. Take a little break throughout the day. Roll out the neck and the shoulders. Eventually meeting back in neutral. Release your grip. Come down onto the sit bones. Legs out nice and long in front of you. Flexing through the feet. Bring your hands out. Shoulder height. Draw the belly in as you roll down. One vertebrae at a time. The lower you go, the slower you release. Eventually meeting back. Everything released to the earth. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Rock side to side. Separate the knees, draw each in towards their respective armpit. Flex the feet up towards the sky for happy baby pose. Reaching for the outsides of the feet. Tailbone engaged with the ground. You can't quite meet the outer edges of your feet. You can reach for the ankles or even the backs of the thighs. Wherever you're at, tailbone engaged with the ground. You don't want to be pulling up here. Press your low back and sit bones into the earth. From here, you can rock side to side. You can bend and straighten through one leg and then the other. If that feels good to you, we stretched out those hamstrings quite a bit today. Maybe you can even do both at the same time. Still pressing those sit bones into the earth. Draw the knees back into the chest. Rock side to side. And then bring the soles of the feet together to touch. Knees out nice and wide. Release them down to the earth for a supine butterfly pose. Keeping them a little closer in if you want to stretch through the inner thighs, the groin, or further away to keep reaching keep working on those hamstrings. Bring your right hand to your heart, left hand to your belly. So you take a few cleansing breaths together. Nice full inhale through the nose, through the chest and the belly lift. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. Hands fall. One more nice full inhale here. Feel the front of the body rise, one hand at a time. Take one more sip of air. Exhale, let it all go. Releasing into your Shavasana here, legs out nice and long. Arms to the side. Feeling free to stay in your Shavasana as long as feels good for you. Eyes closed. Letting go of control over the breath. As you just lay here in stillness, feeling good. Taking a few more moments for yourself, for your health, both mental and physical. I hope you all had a wonderful sunset flow. You feel a little more relaxed. Feel like you can get some good sleep tonight. I want to thank you for joining me. I want to thank Fortis for giving me the forum to do these classes on. We have about 4 classes each day, so come and join. Check out all the instructors. All the classes are live for 24 hours, and then they're putting them onto YouTube as well. So if you missed something, go ahead and check out YouTube. So take one more nice full inhale here. And as we exhale, I say namaste. Thank you for joining me.